Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Ghost Prime. Now look, I'm not going to beat around the bush here. This thing is tiny and honestly comes with accessories to justify the price of $10. Honestly, it's not a lot, but he is just an accessory to Blaster. And yeah, he transforms into a cassette tape of sorts. It's weird. It's a weird one. I do have complaints about it, and I do have some things I like about it. So I'll go over those in the review. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get to the review. So real quick, here's the box, and I want you to notice one big thing. I had lost my footage, unfortunately. I was able to pull all this out, all the insides out, without even breaking these plastic bits here, the straps that hold the pieces in. All of it, even out of the bag there, I was able to get everything out with just my hands, like in these big ass fingers. So anybody could do this. But yeah, here's the box. You got the art on the side, see it's still sealed. There's the close-up, again, still sealed. And then there's the back, 6 steps, both modes. Artwork there, Transformers the movie. Kind of weird that it says the movie, considering this wasn't actually in the movie. It was from a completely different episode. It's nice that's included, though. Anyway, let's check out the contents. And so this is what you get in the package. These here do come off. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe to mimic the G1. But you can't take off these pieces because they're pinned on. But these could come off and you could lose them promptly. This also attaches to the back. Now these are not removable, but it does attach to this. As you see, this little peg there that goes on like this. So attach that, which we'll get back to that later. And here is the cassette tape mode, and it is terrible. It's not very good. I think they kind of tried to make it here look like a cassette tape on one side. I'm not even sure repo labels could fix this, just because these are the two halves of the obvious head. It doesn't really look like a cassette tape at all, but it should be able to fit into Blaster's chest. I haven't tried this yet, so I'm hoping this does fit, and it's really tight. I'll have to lay that down and make sure this is all together. Yeah, I'm having a hard time getting that in there. Yeah, I can't get that thing in there all the way. That's a shame. That is a shame. I'm sure if I work at it, I might be able to get that to work. Like, it looks good there through the thing, through the window. I know everybody's traded these out for the Studio Series 86, but actually that looks pretty good. Looks like a cassette tape in there. I think that's probably the best of them. So kudos for them. They're only doing the one side because it works, but yeah, I can't get that in and out, and it's stuck. Yeah, that's a shame. For size comparison, here he is next to Ranger Eject. I just completely forget which one's which. So size-wise, it feels about the same. I don't know why it won't fit, or barely fits. And I can't get the tape door closed. See, it feels about the same. Yeah, I wish this was the translucent or the opaque plastic, not the translucent. But I have what I have, and I'm not buying another one of these things. So yeah, tapes. All right, so let's get them transformed. Super easy. Move the head around like so. This piece kind of closes together like that. Move that piece up. And then I can move that out of the way and move this leg down, this leg down. Do that on both sides. Easy peasy transformation, completely easy. And, oh, there we go. These are tight, really tight fit in there. And there he is. And yeah, that looks kind of terrible. So I could understand it being a parts former. So you stick that on the back there. And there he is in his lion mode. I get it. I get it. It doesn't look terrible. It really doesn't. I wish it had some more joints on the legs. So this is all it could do. Really, that's it. You know, so you can't really pose it. I mean, it looks stupid if you pose it. I guess maybe you might be able to make it sit. Let me see. See if we can make this thing sit and look good. Yeah, I guess it looks okay sitting down. With this huge hair, mane, if you will. Yeah, it's okay. Sure, it's not bad. You know, let's take this off. Show you the other thing it could do. The other way you can do this is put this piece right there. And that is a scene from the cartoon. So you could, you know, have them like that if you want. You know, it's got a little tail. It's got gold plastic. I understand why they're not doing chrome. This would actually look okay with the chrome. The face, the tongue is painted. The eyes are painted. You got an Autobot symbol on there. Looks like he's got some gold paint on the side there, which is nice on the detail. It does show up on both sides. He's got a butthole. So, yeah, overall, it's funny. It's kind of a cute thing. I showed my daughter this. First thing she said was, "Oh, yeah, that's kind of what it is." You know, I'm glad we got one, but yeah. Size comparison, there it is next to Ravage, which I still think Ravage is a better figure, even though it's kind of terrible. It has more posability than this one does. But that's how they look together. There he is next to Frenzy. Now, these are a better value, even though these don't have elbows. These are still a better value, especially with the pile drivers, in my opinion. I think you get more for this than you do with this. There he is with Ratbat. And there he is with, was that Eject or Rewind? And here he is with a vintage Steeljaw. If I get this guy to stand up. There we go. That's what he looks like with the vintage Steeljaw. I mean, it would have been cool to see some paint here to replicate the G1 on the legs. But they got the plastic color quite right. I would also like to see chrome. I always like chrome on figures. And there he is with Blaster. Let's move this up a little bit. So the one thing that you could do with this piece is stick it on Blaster's hand. That's what this is for. So there's a little notch right there, and there's a notch on the top of his fist. And you just slide that on. And kind of like he was with the cartoon. But the cartoon, he had two of these. These are just hollow plastic. It is nicely painted, this gold paint, which is appreciated. I think that's where they put their budget into, though. I don't know. I kind of would have rather them just cast it in this sort of gold. They would have had a little bit more budget, maybe. They could have included two of them with this, which would have made a lot more sense in my mind. Finally, let me tell you what I like and I don't like. First off, with the likes. I really appreciate the detail that's on this thing. I like the paintwork, although I think it should have some more paintwork on the legs right there, because the detail is on the legs. It would be really nice to see some of that paintwork there. I would like to have chrome. I know we'll never get chrome again on main lines, but hey, the Cobra Commander has it, so why can't this have it? It's such a minuscule part of chrome. So those are good. I like the teeth and the face, really pop. It's really nice. On the alternative side, I wish it had more joints. I think the transformation should have integrated the tail in the back of it, and I don't mind these parts being parts former. That would have been okay, but the back, I think, should have actually been able to incorporate a little bit better. The tape mode looks terrible, and it's such a tight fit that I can't seem to get it into my Blaster figure, which is a problem for a cassette, right? It is definitely a problem. I'm going to work at that. But, yeah, it's a little underwhelming. I definitely appreciate you watching this video. Let me know what you think of this guy in the comments, if you'll be picking him up or if you picked him up and what you think of him. All right, I'll see you in the next review.